Yeah, I know y'all surprised. I'm surprised I was almost on time today. I came really close. I'm making like progress. Last Thursday, I was 14 minutes late. Today, I'm 7 minutes late. That's a 50% improvement. That's what it's about, man. That's what this whole shit is about. Victory talk, constant improvement. Let's get it started. All right. This is very exciting day. Welcome to another episode of Victory Talk. This is the podcast where we teach you how to build your money, muscle, and mindset. And we got a special guest today. I'm not going to introduce him yet. Some of y'all may know who he is. A lot of y'all know who he is. But before we get into our special guest, man, we got some stuff to talk about. First of all, I gotta get shout out our sponsor. Yeah, I gotta shout out our sponsor. This episode of Victory Talk is sponsored by Thot Repellent. Thot Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the thoughts away. You get what I'm saying? So listen, here's the thing. A lot of you guys don't know about this. A lot of you guys are, how do I get girls? Once you really get your money, muscle, and mindset together, the way we're teaching you here on Victory Talk, and if you join the free Discord, get all the free information we got there, you won't have to worry about how to get girls. You're going to have to worry about how to keep them away from you. It's going to be too many girls. No más chicas, por favor, no más. And what are you going to do when they start swarming you? Because that's what's going to happen when you're out here balling, shot calling and shit. And that's why we put together Thot Repellent. All your super chats go towards research and development for Thot Repellent. Easy to apply spray, keep the thoughts away. All right. Now, right now, Nima, I think it's like, what do you say? It's like it can keep like 10 to 12 thoughts away at a time.
So in real life, cases, we've tested certified for 24 hours, but 12 thoughts, and 12. You have to apply it every hour.
You got to reapply it every hour. So we've got a team of nerds in the labs. They wearing lab coats and beakers and shit, trying to mix up the formula to make it stronger so you don't have to apply it every hour. Because what happens at minute fucking 61, the fucking thought repellent barrier is going to start to dwindle, and then they'll be able to get closer to you. And who knows what's going to happen? You won't be able to you won't be able to withstand that onslaught of thoughts. And then what's going to happen? You're going to get somebody pregnant. They're going to want child support, and they're going to take all your money, man. That's what happens. We've seen a lot of ballers go down. You know what I'm saying? Listen, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, and this is. This is really important. Whoa, what's that? Oh, what are we talking about? Thot Repellent. Guys, you got to understand this. Where's my, guys. Every day, another baller falls victim to some thought. These chicks are getting themselves pregnant on purpose. They're grabbing condoms out the toilet, inseminating themselves. This is real life. You think I'm bullshitting? they coming after you. We got to keep them away. And all your super chats go towards the research and development Thot Repellent. For $10, you can save one baller. All right, and those ballers they're balling. Ballers out here spending money, helping the economy. Right. So if you care about the economy, if you want to stop this recession, donate to Thot Repellent. All right. And if you want that to be a problem, too many girls, if that's a problem you want, well, you're gonna have to get your money, muscle, and mindset together. Right. Don't go, how do I get girls? Listen, all these pickup guys, they're just gonna teach you how to pretend to be me. You can trick some girl into thinking that you me. You know what I'm saying? But you won't have to trick them if it's real, right? And if you want that kind of, if that's the problem you want, too many girls, Go to the Victory Unit Discord. Join. It's free. This is about 15,000 members as we speak.
Yes. Man, we're hitting the 15K if you haven't already.
Come on, man. Listen, guys. 15,000 guys are about to fucking pass you by in life. You let that shit go on for long enough, you won't be able to catch up. You won't be able to catch up, man. Anyway, all right. Enough of that. Listen, we got special guests. The word legend gets thrown around a lot, you know. So when some of you guys were we boys, man, you were going on YouTube trying to figure out how to lift weights, how to eat 10,000 calories a day, 100,000 calories a day. And who did you find? You found Rob Lipsett. Rob, what up, Rob? What's going on, man?
I did not want the Thot Repellent intro to end.
Well, yo, listen, this is the real thing, man. we're trying to develop it. I don't have to tell you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Once you get your shit together.
Man, you know, I would love to have seen the research that went into developing the Thot Repellent. That was...
Well, at first it was a lot of animals that died.
Okay.
Right, you got to test it on animals.
Yeah, come on. Someone's got to die.
Some people got to die. And then we started testing it on humans, human subjects, refugees, and migrants.
I knew I was going to get canceled on this podcast. I was like, this is my first live podcast. I'm getting canceled. Let's go. Let's go.
No. Hold on. I want to show the people something. Hold up, man. Let me see. Yo, check this shit out. Oh, let me make it. Oh, the green one. You remember this, man? Hold on, man. You remember this, man?
No way.
That's us.
Holy shit.
It's like fucking, I don't even know how long ago that is.
Oh my, and only one of us has lost our mind. Thank God.
So far.
Yeah, so far. I'm up next. God damn, my arms are the same size there. God, I haven't made a gain since.
Nah, you way bigger now. Hold on. I think I got another picture of us from back in the day. Hold on.
Man, I can't believe that one. That's great research. Holy shit, we got
back in the day, man. Student aesthetics up in this bitch.
That's it. That was Las Vegas.
That was Vegas. Like, was that the last time you went?
I was there actually this weekend last year.
I just left. I just got back.
I was there with Ghost at a festival they were sponsoring, Life is Beautiful Festival.
Yeah.
So that was this weekend last year. So for some reason, I'm always in America this time of year.
Oh, it's the best part. It's best place on earth.
It is. And like, it's the great USA. And people, I hate when I see people complain about being in America.
Oh man, it's the worst.
Fucking hate it. Okay, so I had one of my
tell people how great America is, man. I will definitely go ahead. You have the floor.
God bless America, the land of opportunity, the land of the free, the land where you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can make anything out of yourself. And I'll tell you, okay. So I'm from Ireland. When I started YouTube all these years ago, okay, you know, we're no
When did you start? How old did you? How many years ago?
I'm 31 now. I started when I was 22, so it's coming up to a decade, right? Damn. And so when I was starting out, there we go. I was waiting for my sound effect. So I was starting out in Ireland, and the online fitness industry was not a thing.
Yeah,
it was not a thing. So I was actually, I'll confidently say this, I was the first Irish fitness YouTuber.
Come on, man.
Okay,
number one. Number one.
There we are. Yo, started this gangster
shit. Come on, man.
And this
started this shit.
Thanks, I get. So I remember at the time, okay, I said, I watched all you guys in America doing this, you know, getting to live the fitness life, make a living out of it. And I said, okay, I'm going to bring some of that over to Ireland. I'm going to do my thing. You know, I'm going to go to Aldi, going to go to Lidl, all these Irish places. And, you know, I'm going to show the full day of eating, you know, the full day of training, all that good stuff. And of course, you know, tall poppy syndrome. When someone does something out of line, everyone goes, sit the fuck back down.
Your punk ass down, man.
Fuck do you think
Who the fuck
you are?
You, man?
Exactly.
You Irish. You're supposed to get drunk, eat potatoes, and die.
You're meant to be oppressed. Come on,
man.
Come on, don't forget the famine. The Irish famine. And so, we love it. I swear to God. So it's a country where there's a lot of begrudgery, you know, and that's kind of our humor, is that we make fun of each other. All good. So a lot of people, you know, made fun of me, said, who the fuck does Billy Big Biceps think he is? Putting pictures of himself on the internet with his top off, flexing. And I said, look, I just love fitness. I want to do this for a living. So no matter what people say, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
And then when I was broke as hell at this stage, like honestly, I had about maybe like 400 euros in my bank account. And one of those things that I bought with that money was a ticket to the LA Fit Expo. Okay. And that was my first like big trip to America.
Yeah.
And it was
what year was this?
Oh man, it would have been like 2015.
Maybe
Okay. 2016.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I might have been walking around. I might have been.
You definitely were.
Yeah.
You were at this stage. And so I went and I like connected with all these individuals who were killing it in the fitness industry. And that's when I really got to love America. And that's why I visited regularly. I work with all American brands, so much American clients.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh man, this is really an encouraging place to be.
Nice.
So I fucking hate when I see Americans complain about being from America and saying like, complaining about all the politics and all the, so man, there's so much going on here.
Man, it's like people from other countries appreciate America more than we do sometimes.
Yeah.
When immigrants come here, they fucking start working hard. I hire them, put them to work.
You gotta run in the podcast.
Yeah, I gotta run in the podcast, cleaning the place up. I'm fucking having sex with their daughters. One of them's in the other room. America's the best place on earth.
That's
man.
why you love them so much. Yeah. No, but seriously, it's a great place. So shout out to the USA. And I think my favorite state is got to be Miami. So
Miami's a city, but it's okay. You don't have to know.
Okay, right.
You're not from here.
That's hilarious.
It's a state.
That's hilarious.
It's okay, man. If you were American, we'd laugh at you, but because you're not indigenous to this region,
there you go.
You know
that's like me asking you, like, what's the tallest mountain in Ireland?
Yeah, man. I don't know shit about.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Conor McGregor, Lucky Charms, Rob Lipsett. That's all I know.
That's all you're getting in Ireland.
Extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, but that's not true. But yeah, there's a lot of immigrants come here that are hard workers. They appreciate it. Yeah, it's awesome to be here.
Oh man, and man, we glad to have you, man. Oh shit, I want to get into something, man. I got a question I got to ask you. I'm gonna pull something up on the YouTube. Hold on. So, back. Okay, so it was around the time when you had got really popular. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was around that 2016, 17 time. You know what I'm saying? That's when you really started blowing up.
Yeah, that's when I started making a proper living from
it. Yeah. And so I would see you and a lot of guys, but you were the main one who's doing this. Hold on. I think you might know where I'm going.
I think so.
You used to do all these 10,000 calorie challenges.
Yes. Yeah, I want to do another one. Oh my God, there we are. 5 years ago, man. It seemed like longer ago.
Yeah.
My God,
is this the most you ever did? 20,000 in
20,000 a day, and I will hand on my heart say a lot of people, they'll fake them, and they'll do some camera editing and stuff. 100% real. Yeah. And I'll tell you what happened here. Okay, so first time I ever competed in a men's physique show, got super lean. And when you get that lean, obviously your hunger hormones, your leptin and your ghrelin, they go insane. Okay, and so after that show, I think my hunger never turned back to normal. So I could just eat and eat so much. And there's a lesson here that I'll get to, okay? So, I started monetizing and capitalizing and saying, hey, I'll make some funny videos out of it.
Capitalizing on obesity. No, you weren't obese. Capitalizing on your food disorder, or your eating disorder.
Yeah. And so I said, the lesson here is, right? So I have an insane appetite, and to stay lean, which I like to do, I stay tidy, I stay in shape.
Yeah,
I gotta have lots of discipline and be able to control myself. And so I'm like, for anyone listening, I've probably got a bigger appetite than you. And it's like, if I can do it, so can you. I'm a motherfucker that can eat 20,000 calories in a day unless I have a strong mindset and discipline myself. And there's these people out there, they're like, I can't stick to my diet. I can't do this. I can't do the crazy. I'm like, yes, you can. Yeah. If I can do it, so
because you're so fucking hungry.
Exactly. Because I'm hungry for life. I'm hungry for the calories.
Let me show you something, man. So I tried this shit mad times.
Show me.
Hold on. No, I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Back in the day, we were like,
armed AT.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to get. This is the end. I was like, if I eat this whole cake, I can do it.
Bro, you look like you're about to die.
You're just saying words.
You just ain't work.
Yo, I was going.
You just saying words.
I was trying to be Rob Lipsett.
Oh, that's it. I was leading the way.
Yeah,
Someone passed me the cake.
Yeah, I was trying to do it, man, and I was really not feeling well, man.
What calorie are you on here? Like 8,000.
We did the math. If I ate that whole cake, I would have got it.
Oh, man.
But it didn't work.
So
I threw up a little bit.
No, that's the OG apartment. I love that place. So in one of my
I was trying to do what you did, man.
Oh man, look, next time. In one of mine, right, I had to melt a massive like joke-sized candy bar and drink it at the end. The shit we do for YouTube views.
Yeah,
Shit we do. But so actually, one of the things I did in one of those videos, okay, so got to the end of the video and I knew this was going to get crazy views. And I had an ebook at the time and I go, look guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, it's entertaining, but this is just for show. It's just for fun. If you want to see how I really eat and train, go download my ebook or my fitness app in the bio. And that was when, you know, started to get a little bit of money, you know, started utilizing YouTube and everything. So there's beauty behind the madness.
No, I get it. Like, but this so here. I think I mentioned you. Oh my god.
No way, dude.
I was trying, man. I had like a lot more respect for you.
Yeah. No, that is absolutely terrible. That is disgusting. Sometimes everything we're like, this stuff is on the internet.
But you did twice as much as that. I didn't even get to 10,000.
So 10,000 for me was super easy, right? Cleared it. I think I did it in like 12 hours.
Yeah.
The 20,000, that was taking the piss. That was painful. I got to 17,000. I was like, no, this is painful. And then for the week after that, I was wrote off. I was dead.
Yeah.
I was screwed. So yeah, you know, don't try it at home, kids.
But it seemed like from the outside, those challenges, that was one of the things that kind of helped get you like popular online.
For sure.
But then you follow that up with like real knowledge.
Exactly. You know, showing a good lifestyle and proper knowledge. And so it's like, there was a good comment on one of them, and it's like, you come for the calorie challenges and you stay for the sick Irishman. Yeah, because I don't want, especially if you're a trainer, you know, like us, you don't want to be known as like a food challenge eater. You know, so I do them the odd time, but you know, they're not something that I want to be known for. You know, I want to be known for getting as many people into the gym, living a good life as possible. Simple as that.
Because I know, like, you know, saying when speaking of lifestyle, hold up, man, the internet is fucking up. But,
broadband, man.
This one is not connected to this one's on the Wi-Fi, but yo, it's like, yeah, you obviously not eating like this every day, man.
No,
like looking like this, you know. And it also seems like you're always on vacation. Yeah. Tell me more about this lifestyle. This is your girl, man. I met her today, man. Yeah. Y'all seem like a very happy couple, man. But like,
that's it.
Yo, you are way bigger now than you were when we met in those other pictures.
Yeah, man. I think I got a good 5 years of progress there as well, if not more. And so they're all current pictures as well. I never really post throwbacks. Yeah. You know, so I think if you're gonna coach people, tell people what to do, you got to walk the walk. You just do. I know some people say, hey, you know, there's some of the best NFL coaches. They're old guys who aren't jacked. It's different for the fitness industry, you know.
Different, man. We got to set the standard, you know, and it's but even if those coaches, the best coaches were players, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you look like Phil Jackson won a championship as a player. You know what I'm saying? Before you don't know, you didn't have Phil Jackson in Ireland.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm like, yeah, Phil Jackson, my boy. Related to Michael Jackson, right? Yeah, exactly. But so yeah, you gotta walk the walk if you're coaching people. So you know, I like to stay in shape year round. And then in terms of the travel, the lifestyle, see in Europe, it just looks like we're always on holidays.
It does.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, we can like in an hour, we can, you know, get to the south of France, Portugal. You know, I'm in Marbella, which is in the south of Spain. So, and every day I like to, you know, go for a sea swim. So it looks like I'm on holidays, but it's just where I live. Where you at? Exactly. Oh, yeah, Miami's beautiful as well, though.
Yeah, no, it is. I love that. Yeah. You know? And yeah, you know, that is with the thing, man, because in Europe, the countries are so small. It's like 2 hours, you can be in another country.
Bro, like, so I'm from Ireland, obviously, and I'm living in the south of Spain, Marbella. I can get home like 2 hours. You know, I can leave at like 9 a.m. flight. You also get like an hour back, you know, so I'm there at midday.
it would take longer to get from here to New York.
Oh man, it's 6 hours. You're in like a different time zone. You're jet lagged. It's crazy. But that's what I do like. I would definitely live in America. I love it, but there is a lot of qualities of Europe.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's talk more about like some of this entrepreneurial shit you've been doing, man. So you started off with, like you said, an ebook, and you were selling courses, and you were training people online and stuff like that.
That was probably the first time I ever made that internet money, that Wi-Fi money. I sold it was like an ebook for 10 euros. And I was like, yeah, boy, I ain't go to work no more.
Let's go.
But at the time, I
ain't got to be in the potato field.
Yeah.
What was you doing before that?
Pretty much, right? So I was working in 9 to 6, right? 9 to 6, they were my hours. That extra hour fucking killed me. It was just in a startup company. But regardless, I was at a desk, every day, and it's just not meant for me. Some people, maybe they
you got too much energy to be at a desk.
Too much energy.
Look at you, man.
Exactly. By the way, it's 7 p.m. now. I'm like, usually I'm dead at this time, but you're bringing out the good energy.
That's what I like to hear.
And so I was working a desk job, and I just said, this isn't for me. I was every morning waking up depressed. I swear to God, I hated my life, and I said to myself, I was only 22 at the time, and I said, there's got to be more to it. I can't do this for 10 years. I simply can't. It doesn't matter if I fail. I'm just got to give it a shot. And so my boss at the time, he would always catch me. He'd come over to my desk. You'd see me writing up some training programs because I had a few online clients. Okay. And so one day I went into him and I said, look, I'm going to go try 100%. Give the fitness industry a shot. He was kind of cool. He goes, look, you're doing fuck all around here anyways. So you go do your thing. And then that's when I started putting full effort into YouTube and coaching and, selling some merch and all that good stuff. But the first thing I ever did was like, designed a little ebook, sold it on a shitty WordPress website.
I think that's how most of us started, especially back in those days.
Exactly. Yeah. We didn't have all the apps and everything.
And there wasn't nobody like teaching it back then, I started teaching this maybe 4 years ago, like teaching people how to start their online fitness business, but there was no one there to teach me. And I presume, I don't think when you started, there was no one like really teaching how to start an online fitness business.
Not at all. And especially if you're a place where there was not really an online fitness industry like Ireland, I was kind of just, throwing darts at the wall and hoping they'll stick. But hey, look, it ended up working. But one thing I need to go into, I'm currently putting together the content for it, a course for people that want to, they want to go full-time in the fitness industry, get off the gym floor, from the gym floor to the top floor. Exactly. So I need to have a chat with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You say I'm an open book, man.
Definitely. Yeah.
So you started making some money online, right? You started, when did you quit your job? What was that like at first?
So I recommend, if you want to quit your job, it sounds cool to say, hey, just fucking quit and go for it, right? You're going to be broke as hell on your mom's couch sooner or later. So have at least, 3 months of worth of savings where you can not work for 3 months.
If you're a kid, I think if you're like a little older, you should have 6, right? But you were 22, right?
Exactly.
So you're a fucking kid. You can always go back to mom at that age.
Exactly. And so there's also something I call like the, transitionary period where there's a time, usually I give it 6 months where you're trying to do both. Okay. So you're doing your 9 to 5. And then between 5 and 2 in the morning, you're using those hours to work on your own shit. Okay. So my day, I get off work at 6, take me about an hour to get home, eat some food. I go to the gym 7 to 8. And then between 8 and 2 a.m., I was coaching, I was working, I was editing videos. Okay. Yeah. And then I'd sleep 4 fucking hours. I'd wake up hating my life and I'd go to this shitty job that I hated, but I got it done. And I did that for 6 months. I was depressed, but I said, hey, look, I know I'm going to make this work and this has to be done. So many people think they're not going to go through that grind period. And it's like, what, do you think you deserve your dream job straight away? No, you gotta eat some shit, live in a place you don't want to live and do some shit you don't want to do for at least 6 months, if not more.
I mean, that sounded like it was fast.
Yeah, man. It was fast. I fucking went to work. Yeah. But yeah, you got to do that grind period.
I was in that grind for like 2 years. Yeah. But it was a different time too. Like it was like 2008, 9. So it was like a little different time.
Exactly.
But because we didn't even have Instagram.
Bro, how wild is that? Do you think the world was a better place?
No. No. So you started getting things started. You got at the grind, and you started making some money online. Then the sponsorships started coming in. Man, I see you with fucking Gymshark.
Yeah, Alphalete.
You were Alphalete,
Yes,
not Gymshark.
similar. Yeah,
same shit.
Yeah,
man.
same shit. No, Christian, don't drop me. But
I'm
so
just
the owner, the CEO of Alphalete, one of my best friends, Christian.
Yeah.
And so he was sponsored by Gymshark, of course, and then he went and did his own thing, put his own spin on it. Now Alphalete, I think it's got to be one of the biggest gym wear in the world now, really. Yeah. So I signed with them in would have been like 2017, when I was on that come up period, and I've been with them since. And then I've been with Ghost. Again, I'm good friends with the CEOs, Dan and Ryan. Okay, I've been with them since 2018. That's
like when they started, right? I used to see that, like all the Alphalete guys being sponsored. By
because they're all kind of friends. Everyone is, and so a lot of people in the fitness industry, they'll hop around to different brands. And I'm like, geez, these guys must be fucking nightmares to work with.
I would tell you, because I had a marketing agency like at one point, and I was managing other influencers. Like I would run their whole business, their whole shit, and all they had to do was make videos, and we would just make them a lot of money, make everyone a lot of money. And working with influencers is challenging.
Yeah, I'd say so. Especially when you have some divas, they get a little following. They think they're an A-list celebrity. Me.
One of my friends, this guy, he used to be in charge of the influencers at My Protein.
Oh yeah, right? So I was sponsored by them before Ghost.
Yeah.
So that was the I've only had like two big sponsors, My Protein and Ghost, but I left My Protein amicably. I still think they're a great brand.
Good. And he said that a lot of those. He echoed the same sentiments I had. It's like it's just difficult to work with some of these.
Yeah, it's like herding cats.
Yeah, it's like they don't want to promote this shit. They want to be sponsored, but they don't want to promote.
So cool. I know, right? They want to take, not give. So cool thing about Ghost and Alphalete, in my contract and everything, I don't even have required posts. They don't even ask me to post. But because I wear the brand every day and I use Ghost every day, I end up posting about it pretty much every day. Because I just post it as I'm using it, So that's when a collaboration, a sponsorship is natural and it works. So it's got to be something that you want to promote. You can't be like, or it's like pulling teeth. It's real forceful. So I've been with them since 2017 and 18. It's a great partnership.
And you with 3D too?
Yeah, well, Christian is part owner of this, so I'm not sponsored by 3D, but it's a good drink.
That's the homie.
Yeah, it's the homie. Yeah,
they just send that shit to me, man.
Yeah,
they just send that shit to me. I only met Christian once my whole life, and they just hit me up like, "Hey, you want some 3D?" I was like, "Yeah, man, send me some shit."
Yeah, get him on.
I just wake up and there's more 3D. I'm like, oh, all right.
There you go. Gotta keep caffeinated, but you should get Christian on the show.
Oh yeah, man. If he's ever in Miami, we should link up, man. That'd be dope. So let me ask you. I don't know how person you want to get me.
I'm gone, man. I don't give a fuck.
Where's the bulk of your income come from?
Great question. Okay, and so a huge part of it is sponsorships and YouTube and all that, but I never wanted that to be the main thing. Yeah, because I don't know. There's just something that maybe it's the entrepreneur in me. I said I want to do my own thing. That will make up the bulk of my income. So my app Game Plan. It used to be called Lipsett Fitness, and I said I want to make something bigger than me. It's called Game Plan. I go on the username on Instagram. Game Plan isn't taken. I'm like, boom!
Gameplan was gameplan.com.
I got it. No, I didn't get gameplan.com.
Oh, okay.
That would be insane. I got the Instagram username.
Okay.
And because it's such a good name.
Yeah,
it's Under Armour. I want to make some clothes or merch around it. It'd be awesome. But I got that, and I said I'm going to build something bigger than me. So now there's people signing up to it that don't even know me. Yeah, which is awesome. And then fuel cakes as well. I put all that money back in there.
The fucking fuel cakes. Hold on, man. Let's talk about this shit, man.
Yeah,
let's talk about this fuel cakes because you just started your own. It's here, right? It's on the shit.
Yeah, it's fuelcase.com. But so to go back to it, a huge part of my income comes from coaching, be it people who are using the app or people that I work with high ticket. One-on-one. So that's the main thing.
I mean, high ticket is always gonna make the most money, man.
Yeah, of course.
If you can make it. This is it. This is fuel cakes.
Let's see,
man. Let's see what happens.
What do we click?
We're gonna promote this shit, man.
Yeah, dude. Oh shit,
fuel cakes, man. Motherfucking pancakes.
Yeah, fuelcase.com. There it is. Yeah, man, I love that packaging. So we actually just launched international shipping today.
Come on, man.
I swear to God.
Let's go.
Today, about 6 hours ago. Since I was doing all day.
Tell me about this shit, man. Now, obviously, I can't eat it because I do keto, but somebody can.
So I'm bringing out keto ones as well.
Oh, come on, man. Now you're speaking my language.
I'm bringing out vegan for the hippies.
Oh, gross.
For me. Yeah, gross. Yeah.
Gross, man.
Yeah. Hey, look, there's a demand for it. I'm like,
I know. I'm a free market capitalist, man. So if it's gonna make money, I'm with
them,
it.
And some keto ones as well, some ultra low carb ones. But so this goes back to YouTube. My first ever viral video. It's not the 10,000 calorie challenge.
Really?
It was actually how to make protein pancakes. And so this is, you can go back to it and you'll see me. I'm in I think what you guys would call a trap house.
Yes.
I'm living in like accommodation with like loads of other people, you know, and I hated living there. I was always trying to record YouTube videos and it was in a shared kitchen.
Yeah.
So you see this video and the place is a complete mess. I'm using about 15 ingredients to make some fucking protein pancakes.
Yeah.
But despite that, the video went viral and, you know, it got hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions. And so people on my channel, you know, they know me as like, hey, protein pancake guys. I eat them so much. I love them. They're great when dieting. And so I was talking to Max Tuning and also Christian. Okay.
Yeah.
And we were talking about building companies and say everyone in the fitness industry just clothing and supplements.
Yeah.
Right. What was something different?
Yeah.
Max built Sour Strips, which is a sour candy company.
Yeah.
And Christian, because he was eating sour candy in his vlogs all day. And Christian made 3D because he was drinking Monster Zero in every video. So what you do is when you, if anyone's listening, right, they're trying to think of a company to start. Build your company around your community. Okay. Don't think of the company first. Think of the community first, your audience. So build an audience first and then ask them, what would these guys buy?
Yeah.
So automatically you're profitable when you launch because you've got customers. 90% of businesses fail or they don't turn over profit because they're doing it backwards. So they can't get customers. Like life is hard.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to sell a product. You know, not everyone's going to be a businessman. So make it easy on yourself. Say, or another one, let's say you're not an influencer, right? You go, what do people ask me daily? When people question, if you're a person, if you're in sick shape and people are asking for diet and training plans, say, hey, I should be a trainer. Yeah. So that's my best advice for starting a business is what are people asking me already? Okay. So I was a protein pancake guy. I say, you know, I don't want to do supplements and clothing. I've already got these sponsors and everything. So what can I do that's different? What's funny? You know, what's funky? What can I say when people ask me in a club, hey, what do you do for a living? I own a fucking protein pancake company. I'm like Willy Wonka.
Tell me about this shit. So, like, what's protein pancakes? You got, is it one flavor?
Yeah, 3. So, I just dropped some new flavors. We got caramel, chocolate hazelnut, and buttermilk.
All right. Now, what's the startup cost for a pancake company?
It was buying stock, buying the packaging. It was like over 20K.
20?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And then the website, you know, you can obviously go hard with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the main thing is getting the stock and the packaging. So, and there's a lot. Okay, so here's the thing with physical business, right? I'm sure you know this because you did the supplements.
Yeah, I had a supplement.
If you want to, you know, make money and be profitable straight away, digital service-based business is the way to go. Yes, the dream. Yeah, it's just
if you got to do a physical product, it's like. But the beauty of this is, right, it's consumable. Right?
Exactly.
So it's like you can get people on some sort of subscription, something like that.
Yeah. There's a subscription.
Is this Shopify you use?
Shopify.
Shopify's the shit, man.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so much fun. I'm like checking it constantly.
Do you know Tailored Athlete?
Yes, I do. Oh yeah, I've loads of their stuff. Yeah.
So like the dude who started it, man, Harry, he used to be my intern.
No way.
He was in fucking New York interning for me when he was starting it. And I was like coaching him a little bit.
Oh, no way. Yeah, man. He just texted me like 2 weeks ago or something.
That's my boy, man.
No way. And, why did I think it was a UK company?
It is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he came from New York. I mean, he came from London to work with me, to intern with me. Then we paid him. We hired him and then he went to do it full time.
Awesome.
And but he had the shit on a fucking WordPress. I was like, Harry, you got to put this shit on fucking Shopify. Like, don't make it easy for yourself, man. Like,
WordPress stresses me out.
WordPress is a fucking nightmare. And I was like, yo, this is gonna happen. You're gonna get this WordPress developer. This is exactly how this is gonna play out, Harry. If you don't listen to me, you're gonna get a WordPress developer. He's gonna make you a custom site, and then every time you want to make a change, you got to do it through him instead of doing it yourself. And that's exactly what happened. He had the fire to do it.
Yeah, of course.
But he's making money though, man.
It's actually legit. I have a few items with me. I've actually packed a few. And so with Shopify though, I love it because it's like a social media app that makes you money. You know, you can actually do everything from your phone. Yeah. You know, like I have my laptop with me, but I'm always just working on my business on my phone. Yeah. Phone's the way forward. So yeah, that's what I'm doing business-wise. I'm doing game plan, doing fuel cakes, doing YouTube, doing high ticket, doing sponsorships, all that good stuff.
This is dope. All right. Okay, so you sell a bag for one purchase is $12.
Yep.
How much does a bag cost? You can tell me off camera. Then. I'm just kidding.
It cost me $11. we're a non-profit company. We're a non-profit.
I just wanted to know what the margins are.
For the people, man. I just want to get everyone.
Hey, listen, y'all need to fuck with this shit, man. It's the only pancake box I ever seen with a rocket on it.
I know.
That's enough. That's enough reason to buy it.
That's the selling point.
Yeah,
so
it's got a fucking rocket on it.
When I was designing the packaging and everything, I was like, I was gonna have it like all gym bro, and it was like gym cakes, and I was like, no, I want to make like a 1950s cereal box style, make it funny, funky, and cool, because it would be so stereotypical if Rob Lipsett starts like bicep cakes. So I was like, I'm gonna make this some cool that everyone can eat. And like,
I really love your packaging, bro. I love your packaging. I love the name. I think this is really well executed, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, it's killing it. It's
I like your site. That's the beauty about Shopify. It's like it's super hard to make an ugly site,
bro. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, this is fantastic, bro. Yo, and this international shipping, man. You get this shit anywhere. Y'all need to fuck with it. He ain't paying me to say this.
Envelope under the table there. Just slide it to you.
So, all right. So cool. So, let me ask you a question, man. What do you think are like some of the What do you think are like the 5 habits? You just turned 31?
31. You might say 35. It's been a tough year of work.
What happened? And you built your following, you built your business, you built everything in your 20s. What do you think are like, if you had to give advice to some guy, he's in his 20s now, or maybe he's 20, 21, early 20, 22 like you were, right? What would be like the 5 tips you give this guy, man? He's like your little brother, man.
Okay.
What do you tell him?
Okay, so first thing, I know that this sounds stereotypical. People say, of course, Rob says, got to get in shape. Got to get on top of your health.
Yeah.
I swear to God, once you're in killer shape, it has a knock-on effect to everything.
It makes your life easier, right?
It makes life easier. You've more energy. You're more confident. People, they gravitate towards you.
They treat you different.
They treat you different.
It's hard to explain this to someone who's not in shape.
I know. They treat you different. And look, sorry guys, the world's a big bad place. People judge you on first impressions. They judge you on your looks. There you go. So and hey, it's good to be healthy as well. It's the most important thing in the world. So that's the first thing I would say. Second thing I would say personally, I'd say, unless you want to, be a corporate slave and, live life not on your own terms, then you're going to have to get like a physical job. But if you don't want to live that way, find out how to work the internet in your favor. You got to make that Wi-Fi money. Yeah, the internet is the biggest thing in sliced bread. Yeah. You got to learn how to leverage it. One of my favorite quotes is, technology can either enslave you or set you free. So don't be that motherfucker scrolling, glued to his phone and consuming everyone else out there killing it and putting out all their content. And you're not. I don't even. You see my screen time. It's like I don't go on TikTok. I don't do that. And there's so many people, and they're scrolling and they're consuming and they're not creating. I
don't even have no social media on my phone.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I keep my shit black and white, so I don't. So I'm like less excited to go on.
Bro,
all black and white.
That I see. Yeah, what a miserable existence.
I want it to be like less of the distraction.
Yeah, no, that's actually a thing. It's like scientifically proven.
Yeah.
So point number 2, I'd say leverage the internet.
Yeah, learn how to use it to your advantage.
Exactly. Don't let technology enslave you. Number 3, I would say to be clear on your intentions and exactly how you want your life to look. I love this phrase, a lifestyle architect.
Tell me more about that.
Nice. Okay, so think of how you want your ideal day to go. Write it down. So I'm big into visualization and writing shit down, because when you write something down, it's physical, it's real, and you've put it out in the universe. And even by you with your hand, put it down, it's different to typing, I believe.
Yeah.
So write down exactly how you want your day to go, and within reason. It can't be like, I win the lottery and fuck 20 bitches. Well, hey, Brandon's like, hold my energy drink.
20, man. Yeah. You gotta send some. We told you your dream life, not some regular shit.
Yeah, exactly. So write down exactly how you want your day to go within reason, and say, how can I slowly get my day looking like my perfect day? So be clear in your intentions and visualize. And then number 4, well, they're the main 3.
Yeah.
And number 4 is figure out what makes you happy. Okay. So happiness and success it's different from person to person. And what, maybe you do want to work 9 to 5. Honestly, I don't hate on that.
Some people love it, man. Like I know some people with like some kind of jobs, and some of them boring jobs like data analytics, but they just fucking love it.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And what we were saying before this podcast, you showed me your office. You're like, I'm here 12 hours a day. Yeah. I'm like, working a desk job. Yeah, we all do. But we obviously like it. I love it. Yeah, and then lastly, craft your network. Okay, so that's gonna like define how your life goes pretty much. So for example, we've mutual friends. I put us in touch. I'm in Miami. I have a worldwide network. Yeah. I have doesn't matter where I go, Spain, Ireland, UK, Miami, Texas, wherever. I have someone that I can hit up. If I need a favor, I can get it. So that's the top 5 right there.
That's what's up, man.
That's off the cuff.
Let's go, man.
I'm on fire.
This guy's on fire, man. We got any questions for Rob? Or any questions in the super chat for Rob?
Super chat. Nice. Like, what is that?
If not, then that's cool. Oh, she do?
We do have a few questions.
All right, cool.
Where the hell is this voice coming from?
She's in the other room. She's in the other room with your girl.
I was like, is this AI?
What's up?
We have Gymnasium Jehovah. Bro, that is crazy.
They call me Gymnasium Jesus.
Gymnasium Jehovah.
He's calling himself that because people started calling me Gymnasium Jesus. I'm not sure why, but they just did it.
Bro, that bit crazy. I don't know if they're talking about my one or your one. I would say yours with the cake and the snot coming out of it. That was
me trying to be you, so it was yours.
Look, now we're here. We're eating at the same table.
In the universe, man.
There you go.
What else?
We have Matt. 10 times productivity since I started the calendar life.
Come on, man.
How do I prioritize the most important tasks that will make the biggest impact?
Well, first of all, tell me, what the hell is the calendar life hack?
Oh, man. So it's like basically, it's really just like planning your life in your calendar. Right, so it's like, let me see if I can bring
make it a game plan.
Yeah, you just make make it like a real
shameless plug of the app.
Like, you make a game plan.
Yeah. You are doing me proud here. We got game plan, fuel case, we got everything.
It's like, so basically, one of the things, if I show my calendar, I got to make sure there's nothing crazy on here. but yeah, man, I plan out. Yeah, I can show this. So like I plan out like fucking every hour of my day. Yeah. And I have like videos on how to do it. And it's you see it starts at fucking
9:30 p.m. Good. And 4:30 there. That's some good sleeping hours right there.
Yeah, and then it's like I plan the whole week out and all this white space is going to get filled up but it's like I have videos on it. It kind of get too much. But he said it's 10x to productivity. It's just like when you said that, I think you said design your life.
Lifestyle architect.
Yeah, man. Bruce Lee said, if you love life, don't waste time because time is what life is made of.
Nice.
So I look at the calendar as a way to design my life, right? I decide exactly what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it and how much of it I'm going to do. So it's like, I don't leave nothing to plan. I don't have time to work out now. I'll make it time.
Oh, well, that's bullshit when people say that, bullshit. Then that goes back to, the scrolling and everything. Yeah. It's funny when I'll get some comment. I'll like do a day in the life or whatever. Okay. Yeah. And they go, oh, I don't have time for this. This is unrealistic. And I'm like, but yet here you are commenting. Yeah. How long did it take you to log into Instagram, write this comment, and then like, what, did you just log off straight away? No.
Nah.
That's bullshit.
If I look at your screen time, I know you bullshit. Everybody got an hour a day.
Yeah.
And it's really, that kind of shit it makes me sad because I feel like, fuck, man, motherfuckers are really arguing for their own limitation. Like we trying to tell them that they can do it, and they try to come up with reasons why they can't. They actually argue for. It's like we believe in you more than you believe in.
Yeah, man, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah,
that's wild.
They argue for their own limitations.
Yeah, it's like people are like putting themselves down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's the worst. One of the worst things you can do is to talk bad about yourself. And there's a great one from Jordan Peterson. He goes, "Talk to yourself like you're someone you want to help."
Yeah,
I love that one.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
That's it.
Is there any more any other questions? Are there any super chats for Rob or I can
They're probably like, who the fuck's this Irish kid?
Who is this guy, man?
I feel like you guys can both answer them.
What?
They're general, so I feel like you guys can both answer.
That's good.
So if you want me to go in on my version of calendar life,
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So I got something. This is how I get shit done. This is a productivity hack that I do, right?
Oh man, so I'm excited to hear this.
I need to get better at the calendar, the digital calendar, whatever. But one thing I'm good at is journaling. Okay. You know, so like I said, I enjoy writing things down. I think they become more real. This is how I prioritize stuff. Okay. So let's say I've got 10 things to do in a day. I'll write down the order of importance, 1 to 10, what I need to get done. The first 3 to 5, they're 100% happening.
Okay.
There's no fucking way they're not doing that. Okay. If I don't get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 done, then they roll on to the next day.
Got it.
Okay. And then they become 1, 2, 3. Right. So no matter what, by the end of the week, you get everything fucking done.
You get the shit done.
And you get the most important stuff done as well. That's what I do.
Do you have anything like you do it like first thing in the morning, or do you have certain wake up time, sleep time, something like that?
Yeah. So I usually do it the night before.
Okay.
And then I'll do some shit in the morning, but I think the night before is more powerful.
Yeah.
And I'll also write down 3 things I'm grateful for. And the smaller, the better. The more irrelevant shit, the better.
Why is that?
Because I think it's easy to be grateful for the big grandiose things.
Yeah.
I bought a new car today. You know, that's easy. But you got to like think deeply and just to be more grateful for the little things. Like, hey, I got food in my fridge.
Yeah.
You know, I got fresh water. I got Wi-Fi. You know, I got opportunity. I think it's the things that we brush over and take for granted.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. You know, and one thing I've noticed about you for like, because we've known each other for years. We only like met like a few times at like expos and stuff, but we know each other for years. You are like, you might be the happiest person I've ever met. Have you heard this before?
I have.
Yeah.
And I truly believe it, okay? And the answer to that is, I'm doing better than I should be. I'm like, I can't believe, my life sometimes. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. And again, it comes down to not taking things for granted and being grateful. Like, I'm truly grateful. Like, I was depressed. Yeah. I was working this job I hated. And now, one of the biggest fitness, if not the biggest fitness YouTubers in my country. I have this beautiful villa in Marbella. Yeah, I get to travel the world. I got a beautiful blonde girlfriend. It's like, it's like the Wolf of Wall Street. It's like Margot Robbie out there. I swear to God, like I've gotten further than I should have. It's absolutely insane. So I'm happy. So
you're like in a constant state of gratitude.
That's exactly it.
That's what it's gratitude.
It's gratitude. I think there's like some Buddhist monk who said that before.
Yeah, so, gratitude or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Gratitude, some shit like that. Yeah, that's
you really are like, that's one thing I noticed immediately. Like, you are like one of the most happy, energetic. Are you ever mad or pissed off? Like, I've never seen you like it, but I haven't spent enough time to make a fair assessment.
Of course, you have days when I'm a little bit more inwards into myself, but when I have those moments, they're very short and fleeting. And here's another thing that I'm big on. Okay. So we got gratitude. Yeah. Number 2, we got perspective. And so this comes back, Greg Plitt. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. That's our hero.
Yeah. That's the guy we all look up to.
This is our hero. Okay.
Yeah, man. He's fucking overtraining.
He's the man. No pun intended. R.I.P. Greg Plitt. Crazy end to that.
No, he's the man, though. Like,
I know you love him.
I have nothing but respect for him.
That's a genius one. That's the first time I've heard that. So he had this quote, and he goes, I'll butcher this, but he goes, "You're talking about skipping leg day, not training. Go say that to some burns victims or kids with cancers in the hospital." And I go deep on this. So this is the dark, negative part of my happiness. I'll think of people in like third world countries, war-torn countries, getting their legs blown off, getting their family shot up and raped, all this dark shit. And I go, and here's me complaining that I'm not getting up to drink my coffee and go to work, not go to the gym. That's disgusting. That's the audacity for me to be complaining and be unhappy when there's such evil going on in the world. So that I go to a dark place in my mind whenever I'm in a dark place, and I gets me right out of it.
Man, that's really well said, man. Like, sometimes I'm in Uber in Miami, or I'm going somewhere because I don't have a car. I don't drive.
Yeah, nice.
I just like.
I got rid of my car for a year when I lived in London.
Isn't it awesome?
Oh, it's great.
Yo, it's like people will be. We're gonna talk about that, but anyway, I'll be in Uber and it'll be a hot ass Miami day, and I'll see motherfuckers like building buildings outside or working on the road. I'll be like, fuck.
Exactly. Yeah, and
it could be worse, man.
Exactly.
It could be worse.
And so we all have those moments when we catch ourselves complaining, and bitching, and moaning. We just got to pull yourself out of that and have some perspective. Think of the bigger picture.
You know what? It makes me like really work hard. Because I just remember a time when I didn't even have the opportunities I had. Like, I couldn't. Like, no matter how hard I work, I wouldn't be making the kind of money I am now. So it's like I don't know. Some people would have the kind of money I have, and they still wouldn't wake up at 4 or 5 a.m.
Exactly, like that fucking calendar. And me and Ryan said this. I think he actually said it to me first because he spent a day with you or he hung out. He was like, "You're one of the hardest workers he's ever come across."
He said about me?
Yeah, and I can see that. I can tell.
You know, because it's kind of like what you said, the perspective, man. Because I just remember a time, man, when I would wake up and I didn't know like legit how I was going to eat food that day. Like, man, I didn't have enough money. I was like, fuck, how am I going to eat? How am I going to eat food today? And I was like, I got to figure it out.
Man, what was the breaking point for you, or what was like the eureka moment when you were like, all right, I can eat food today?
Well, I got enough.
How did you get out of that? How did you get out of that?
Just like really hard work, man. Just honestly, really, like you said, you were doing that for like 6 months. Yeah. But I think I was in the worst position because it was like my father killed himself. And
actually, I know that.
And I had to like take care of my family, and it was just like, fuck, all right, somebody got to do it. Fuck. And then it was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And it was during the recession 2008. in 2008, and you were like a kid then, so you were like, you don't really know. I mean, but you don't really know unless you were an adult during that time.
Yeah, that's what my
in
family
the fucking
said
workforce.
Well.
Like that shit was intense.
Yeah,
like,
I would have been 15, you would have been 25. So that's like, you're out there.
I was a legit adult.
Yeah.
And it was just super hard, man. And but what I learned from that was, I can outwork any situation if I just work hard. And I kind of just kept that dog in it. And then I remember getting out of it, and I'm just like, man, I got all these opportunities to like make shit happen. And I just don't take it for granted. When you see me working hard, it's kind of like the perspective you said. It's like I don't take the opportunities I have for granted. Yeah. And so I couldn't see myself like at the club or like fucking doing. I'm not saying you can't have fun sometimes or whatever. I'm not down in that. But for me, it's just like I'm really grateful, like for the opportunities I have, and I'm gonna fucking milk it.
Yes. And so wait, quick one. What was the first thing? So I said, my first thing was like ebooks, coaching. What was the first thing? How you kind of escaped the matrix? Got out of the system. How did you first start on the up?
I was one of the first people to do online training. Like I was
like with the 6-pack abs.
Doing that shit.
I seen them.
I mean, it was. I don't know who was the first person, but. I was among the first. I was one of the pioneers. I don't know who was the first. Yeah. No, it's not like something we know. Like fucking
like me. I was first Irish.
You were the first.
We don't know that.
I know I was in the first class.
Yeah, you were in the first
because it was like right when social media was coming out.
Yep.
Right, and so I just started online training. You know what I'm saying? It's online training, and then just took it from there, and then built a supplement company, and then. Marketing agencies, shit like that.
Yeah,
just keep building, man.
And so with the supplement company, I'm growing a consumer brand at the moment. What advice do you have for me? Someone who's selling a product.
Let's hold it because I got a lot, bro.
Okay,
like I can tell you, I geek out on this shit, and this is gonna be anybody who wants to start a physical business. I got a bunch of clues, but first we gotta have my man Romulus in for the market update. Let's go.
It's kind of like
yo, Romulus, what up? What up? Those of y'all who don't know, man, Romulus is an expert trader, former hedge fund manager, and when it comes to trading stocks, he is my mentor. He helped me make hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're knocking on the door of millions. What's going on, bro?
Good evening, everybody. I think you made a couple $100,000 in the last 2 days.
Yeah. It's been going well.
Yeah, we've been having at this market. Just making it our whipping boy.
Yeah, man.
Popping bags of money off at our back porch here. Every week we get together the last couple of months and we keep talking about Apple. We keep talking about Apple's going to be going down. Another multi-month low today in Apple. So I don't want to hear it from everybody that is out there listening to us, checking in with our Discord at the Victory Unit Legion. That, boy, I wish Brandon and Greg and Romulus was telling us about the stock market dropping.
We were saying this shit for the longest.
We've been telling you that and telling you that and telling you that.
Can you show them your chart? Because I'm looking at a low base, but on Apple. But you tell me if that's what you see.
Get at that a little bit as we do here, Brandon. Let's see, share screen. Always takes a minute to get that up there. Give it a second, everybody, and we will show you what is happening. Right. So you should see that with S&P 500, and we will get to Apple. We will get to Apple here. So a lot of people, one slight word of caution for the downside. A lot of bears came scrambling out of every little corner of the woods here recently, getting a little bit crowded in the very short term.
Yeah.
Intermediate term, stock prices will probably be lower, but you can see this yellow line. This is a trend line support area that's been with the market for some time. I mean, we're talking many, many months. This trend line, as a matter of fact, dates back almost a year to October of 2022. That's right below today's low. Then you've got the 200-day moving average right below that. Then that trend, the support line that we drew back in 2022, March of 22, that's below that. So this zone in here is going to be an area that you will probably see the bulls put up a fight. So it's not time to get overly excited about the short side. You be a little patient, though. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, you should have another grand opportunity to slam this thing and put a little more money into your pocket. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So Apple. We said Apple, didn't we, Brandon? We
said Apple. Now, that looks like a low base formation to me, but you're the market
and it busted through it. And it
busted through it. So I was wrong.
Yeah. So if you isolate just what's going on from the low back in August, which only got broken, I don't even know if that low got broken today. Let's see, 171. Yes, the low got broken today from back here. So if you just isolate this particular trading group right here, so we're talking from August 18th through today, almost 6 weeks of trading. That would be kind of considered what we would call an inverse cup and handle. If you flip that upside down, it would look like a cup, and then it's got a handle with it.
I see.
Okay, everybody kind of see that?
Oh,
what had us going about Apple, this was back in July, was the trend line break over here. Okay, that's what really had us going. In addition to that, we saw the bearish divergences into the highs right before that earnings dump. Right, and this particular break was nasty. Okay. This was a nasty break. And what did we say back here when it broke down?
I said we were telling people, man, we felt like it was overextended.
Yeah. And as it's rallying up, I said Apple is probably not going to be getting back to those highs anytime soon. And I also said right here on this it was said right on this podcast, Brandon.
Go back and listen to the old episodes and you'll see that Romulus is fucking right.
You got it right. You got that right. I said there's a possibility that Apple will never see these highs again.
You did say that.
All right. Never again. Now, I'll stick with exactly what I said. It's going to be some time before Apple gets back to these highs, and it's possible that it may never see them again.
It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, this company hasn't come out with something new since Jobs died almost 12 years ago. Okay. I think it was 12 years ago next week that he passed away. Okay?
Damn, man. R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Right. Big Steve. You say R.I.P. the GOAT.
There's only so much you can live off somebody else's previous success. And by the way, what a great lesson for people that are trying to get better in life. That's why you're with the Victory Unit. Don't try to live off somebody else. Make it happen yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Make it happen yourself. So, all right, we got Apple busting down again. S&P again. Looks like it's a little overdone on the short side, on the downside rather, with the selling.
Yeah.
You're starting to get oversold conditions. As a matter of fact, this is the most oversold, judging by the RSI indicators or the MACD indicators, which are indicators that are pretty useful in terms of overbought, oversold conditions.
So you're saying we could probably expect a bounce? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, just probably don't be surprised if there's some kind of a snapback rally over a day or 2 or 3. But over the next, 6 to 8 weeks or less, we will probably see these areas down in here get tagged at the very least. Okay? That's going to be coming down the road here. All right. So,
all right.
Another thing we talked about, oil. We hit that high on the podcast a couple of weeks ago here. We warned everybody that oil was going to be at least taking a break, if not going down, and it's done just that. That perhaps leads to a little bit further selling. I'm interested in oil at the yellow line, so call it $84 a barrel. Gold prices, there are still people out there, Brandon, that are living with the hope that gold is somehow going to do something impressive. No. All right.
You don't see it now. You think it's going to just straight sideways?
2020, which is now over 3 years ago, it peaked at $2,075 an ounce.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $150 below that still. And we're talking over 3 years. I mean, it's gone nowhere. It's going to do nothing. And anybody who's still holding on to some ridiculous fantasy that crypto is going to light it up,
play money
like it did in 2020, 2021, you really got to get off the stuff. Okay.
Yeah, man. You guys, it's like, hey, man, it's like a drug addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like crypto's like a drug addict. It's like, get off the fucking smack, man. Stop. You people need help.
You need some Narcan, or what can we do? What can we do to help you out? Okay?
You gotta join. They gotta join the Victory Unit. You and Greg and the rest of the team, we in there helping them make money in the markets for free all the time.
It's possibly, we of course are dedicated to the time in here, but I've been around. You've been around different chat groups, different communities. The Victory Unit Discord is possibly one of the most vibrant, helpful, and amazing internet-based, electronic-based communities that you can join up with.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay.
I would echo those sentiments.
You can learn about everything you need to know about muscle, money, and mindset.
Come on, man.
And if you know,
in fact, that's all we're going to talk about.
There's no stopping
exclusively.
Okay? Yeah. There's absolutely no stopping you. You know those three things. All right. So everyone's been enamored with the big technology companies. We did talk about Apple, but there are others out there. It's not the only one, of course. Other companies. Microsoft has been really hanging a lot of future hopes on the AI revolution. That stock hit a multi-month low today. Google also in there. Not quite a multi-month.
Google chart looks all right, man.
Amazon, multi-month low in Amazon here. Tesla. Hang on, let me get that symbol right if my fingers would type correctly. That's been pulling back. You see here, this is kind of downtrending in here.
All right. That's a higher low. I mean, that's a lower high.
Lower high right here. If it breaks that low, you'll have a look what the S&P has been showing, which is a downtrend. You've got lower, then a lower high here, then another little bit of a lower high here, and then you got a lower low here. That's the definition of a downtrend, everybody.
That is a downtrend.
And that looks like it probably has an opportunity, again, to continue, albeit given some opportunity for a short-term relief rally that could come at any moment. And by the way, if you think that this can't happen fast, all someone in Washington has to do tomorrow or Thursday or Friday, all they have to do is say, government budget solved. And they might be lying. Doesn't matter. The stock market will take off for a few days or a few hours like nobody's business. Okay. Because that's one of the things that's kind of kicking the market in the tail right now. Of course, the other thing is extremely high interest rates. Yeah. Extremely high valuation levels.
Is that an all-time high on interest rates, or what am I looking at?
No. Back in 1981, this number that reads 455, 4.55. You're not going to believe this. It was at 16.
Oh shit! So that's like, is this the highest interest rates in my lifetime?
No, 17 years.
Oh, 17. Okay, my fault.
It's wild though. They're higher.
That's wild that it's that high.
Yeah. But in 81, coming out of the 1970s inflation decade, the 10-year, which is what we're looking at right here, hit the all-time high dating back to 1792 of about 16%. At the time, if you bought a house and you got an average or standard 30-year mortgage, the average 30-year mortgage at the time was about 23%.
Woo.
23%. You know what they call the 23% interest rate when I was growing up, Brandon?
What they call it?
They call them veto.
I'm my fault, man. That was over my head, bro.
You or what? Yeah, you borrow money from the mob. They come around.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Hey, they come break your kneecaps if you don't have it. I get it.
Rates we're talking, right?
Yeah.
20, but that was an average mortgage 40 years ago. 23%. Okay.
Jesus.
Interest rates, pain in the neck, obviously still going higher. And I don't know.
That's putting pressure on the stock prices.
Putting pressure on stock prices. So let's look at a couple of the other big tech stocks that we haven't hit on yet. NVIDIA.
I was about to ask you about some NVIDIA.
So NVIDIA, see the tech market had been running all year, okay, from the beginning of 2023. But this entire move here that has now been taken away, this whole move dates back to May, right after NVIDIA had their earnings come out.
Yeah.
Okay? So now the tech market has given up that entire post really AI generated move.
Got it.
The whole thing is now gone. Okay. The whole thing, the whole spark rally over here, which probably means NVIDIA's got a little more downside to come. As you remember, I haven't been one who has been insisting that it has to go ahead and close this entire gap.
It's got to fill that gap, right?
But I have been saying that even since the first day that it popped, I said it can probably close half that window sometime in before the end of the year, and that continues to look more likely than not.
Would that look like you think that would be is NVIDIA a buy the dipper or?
I mean, if it pulled back in here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm in no hurry on that one. I'm in no hurry really to buy anything other than a couple little things that are just getting pummeled, and we buy them and we sell them a couple days later. We make some money. You know, we have profits. We're up on the year. We're up on this terrible third quarter. I say terrible for everybody else. We're making money.
We balling.
We got a ton of cash sitting in all of our accounts. So if the market continues to go down hard, there's a lot of good stuff that'll be offered at bargain prices that we will be able to purchase. No one else will be really, because they'll be just sucking in, and buy it, and they'll jump in later, and we'll be making a ton of money. So that's an opportunity that'll be coming down the road. It doesn't even matter where you are. There's been, other than being in the Legion and trading the way we trade, Brandon, there's been nowhere to hide. Okay.
Yeah.
You look at all the stuff. Right. And today, by the way, an auspicious event occurred. The Dow Jones, for the first time since March, tracked below the 200-day moving average.
Yeah.
Okay. That hasn't happened since March. Back in here, this is when the banks were kind of keeling over back then.
Yeah.
Now,
when
S&P
banks were going out of business,
still have a little bit of room, but you look at the Russell 2000.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The Russell 2000 has now given up all of its gains for 2023. Okay. The Dow, almost all of its gains for 2023. S&P is down about 8% from its highs. NASDAQ is down about almost 9.5% from its highs.
It's ugly out there, man.
And everything that we're talking about here, you go on and look at every Victory Unit podcast dating from July 11th on.
Come on.
This is exactly what we have been telling you was going to happen. Okay?
Yeah.
This is exactly what we've been telling you is going to happen. So all the sectors, doesn't matter if it's materials, communications, energy. Okay. They all went down today. The only one that has any kind of look of decency to it is energy.
Yeah. I was about to ask you about some energy.
Yeah.
Some XLE. Cause I think, I don't know what the market cap is, but I've been asking you about energy transfer every week.
That's the
one that's looking good, man.
What's the symbol again?
ET.
Yeah. Well, we've been saying, if I'm in the stock, don't sell it, right?
Yeah, man.
We've been saying,
yeah. No, I've been holding that one strong.
How much they pay? All right, $1.20. So they're paying 8% dividend, 8.5% dividend per year.
Not bad.
And because it's a $13 stock, you probably have pretty good options. This is great. I mean, if I'm in your shoes, I'm selling the covered calls every week.
You know every 3
months. You know, I mean, I'm rocking on this thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big position. Can I ask you about another stock?
Of course.
I got Western Digital.
WDC?
I think yeah.
All right. So Western
That's
Digital.
a good looking chart to me. I don't know.
Well, they got some kind of chip, and what are they into?
Western Digital, man, they make like fucking computer shit, man. Okay. Computer shit. No, they make like hard drives. That's what they're really known for, hard drives. But I know they do. They have other business as well.
Okay.
I don't know too much of the fundamentals, man. I just trade the charts, bro.
Right. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. So Western Digital. Let me back up here and see a little more space. All right. It definitely looks like a stock that is not giving up a lot of ground. So relatively speaking, it's doing well. If you told me you knew only one thing, the only thing you knew was that the stock market hit a bottom today.
Yeah.
It's going to rally up from here for the rest of the year. Like, you didn't know anything else, but you knew that. Okay. Just follow me on that assumption. You know, play the game with me. Then I would definitely be interested in buying this stock right now.
Yeah.
Because you see the way it hasn't fallen so much.
Yeah. Right.
A massive red across the board. Okay. That means that this is a relative strength star, and institutions would more likely than not be interested in coming into that stock for the time being, you know, into the end of the year kind of a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, hang on here. All right. And just 1 second. Another stock that is surprisingly strong. You see the way this thing is just
Meta. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Big Zuck is out here, man.
More smart.
So this stock here, not giving anything up, okay? Just holding in there. If you look at things like this, getting smashed. You look at Intel, getting smashed now. You look at IBM, giving up a lot. You look at Cisco, giving up a lot. Microsoft, giving everything up. Amazon, giving everything up. Google, giving a lot up right now. There we go, Google. But Meta, I don't know why, but Meta seems to be kind of hanging in there. Okay?
Yeah.
Meta seems to be kind of hanging in here for a bit. And that doesn't mean that it can't catch down.
Yeah.
That's something you want to be aware of. Stocks that hang in there in a downtrend can catch down. But if the market turns, this is probably a stock that's going to lead to the upside because it's been hanging with that we call it relative strength. If you compare the strength of Meta to the S&P or the NASDAQ or small caps or even the brothers of where it trades in the big cap tech, has relatively been doing better. And when you get that, if a market starts to go back up, things can turn, and whatever has been performing relatively well often can be a leadership stock. As long as you don't fall into the trap of buying stuff that turns out well during a downtrend that institutions buy just because they need a place to hide, such as utilities, which got clobbered today, or healthcare or consumer staples, those kinds of things. That's not what we mean. If you get a growth stock like a Meta that doesn't go down when the rest of the market does, whenever the market does bottom, that can certainly be a leader. And I want to show you guys something here real quick. This is a stock. Whoops. Let me type it again. Here we are. All right.
Shit.
This is a pretty simple play that we offer the people who are in the Victory Unit Legion with us, friends in our Legion. This was Greg playing this one here. Yesterday put out a put trade, so bought options on it. The stock dropped 4% today, but the options went up over 40% today.
Yeah.
In one day.
Yeah, no, it's a nice move.
All right. One day, because the options have greater leverage, they move on a greater amount than the individual stock does. Okay. So these are the kind of trades that we flood our people with, all the time out there. You can contest to that because you or attest to that because you are in there all the time with us.
Yeah, man.
It happens all the time with us. All right. All the time.
All the time.
So click on the link that you see on your screen right there, the Victory Unit Discord. It's free to join. Jump in. I'm talking all the time. Greg's talking all the time. Brandon's putting up great points all the time. We want you in there with us. We also have a lot of, we've been doing this for 10 months now, the Victory Unit Legion Discord. And every day there's more smart people joining, and it helps the entire community get better, stronger, smarter, wiser, and of course, better looking.
Come on, man. But thank you, Romulus.
Who do you have with you, by the way, tonight?
This is my man, Rob Lipsett, man. You know what I'm saying?
I was reading
YouTube,
that, by the way.
Yeah,
I
man.
was listening and learning.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what about. He's from Ireland. That's why he sound like really strange, really strange. But it's cool. He's a good guy.
Then, a true story about General Romulus here, without revealing any names. My grandfather, when he was 17 years old, in 1912, left some starving county in Ireland, crossed over to Liverpool, jumped on a giant cruise ship, and ended up in Ellis Island in September of 1912.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
A lot of Irish in Liverpool. And here's a crazy fact now. I don't know what year, but there was a stage in America where so many people left Ireland and immigrated to America. Now 1 in 10 citizens in America were Irish.
Come on.
So that's why everyone says whenever I go to America, my God, I'm so welcome. Oh my God, like border controller, like get on in. I feel so welcome here. So thank you. I like that. That's awesome to hear that,
For sure, man. For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much, Romulus.
Have a great night, guys. We'll see you soon.
All right. Peace.
Appreciate it.
All right. Cool,
wait, hold on. Tell me now, right? This is a question I'd like to ask people. Okay,
man.
Let's say you got 10 grand sitting there.
I got 10 grand.
Where
right,
really?
Tell me.
Where do you put it, in terms of trading? I know what I do, because I'm not big into stocks, but I understand what's going on. I want to hear where would you put it?
Well, it's like if I only got 10 grand.
Yeah, that's the question, because it's easy to invest when you got millions. So that's an interesting question.
I mean, shit. It's like I might not invest it, right? Like honestly, I might Okay, if I only got 10 grand, then I'm investing that. Okay, you got to give me more. Give me more. Do I have a business?
Okay,
or
wait, so
give me more.
The best answer is obviously start your own business, invest in yourself. But if you have to put it,
I gotta put it.
You gotta put it in my head.
I gotta put it in the market.
Yeah.
Okay, what I would do, but I know how to do this shit, right?
Yeah.
I would sell options, not buy it. So basically, I would sell cash secure puts against a stock. Okay, I would pick a stock or ETF that I wouldn't mind owning, right? But I think it's going to go up, right? And I sell weekly cash secure puts against it. And what happens is when you do that, I don't want to get too in the weeds with this, but you get a premium from that, right? Because you sell it. And if it goes up, like past whatever, then you just keep the premium and then they give you your money back, right? But if it goes down, like past the price you bought the options for, you end up having to buy the stock.
See, that's where I'm fucking lost.
Yeah, I know.
Bad, you know?
But that's what I would do. I would sell cash secure puts against a stock or ETF that I didn't mind owning. And somebody might. I'm not the best at teaching that stuff, right? Because I got
Romulus.
That's why I got Romulus, man. But somebody could Google that, right? And if I had to make money in the stock market, like gun in my head, that's how I would do it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But so for anyone listening, though, I think we both agree. If you do got 10 grand, build that Shopify site,
man.
Start hiring coaches, start scaling your own business, invest in yourself, buy books,
some
courses,
sort of service-based business.
Get on the Victory Unit.
Come on, join the Victory Unit.
See, I'm promoting your shit now,
I think you asked me a question that it was good before. You asked, what was the question? You said somebody with a physical business. You asked me about
So what's your advice for somebody who has something you can hold? Okay, a physical business. What did you learn from your supplement company?
All right, so my supplement company did really well. We were making money, man. We had an exit, and I'm not at liberty to tell all the details, but we had a nice exit, and it shit worked out well for me. And then I took that money and put it other places, but I made a lot of money with this shit. And I had a market agency at the time, so I would do marketing for other agencies. For other people with, physical brands and digital brands. So I was starting physical company because the reason it doesn't, I know, because I just catching up. And then Rob just started this pancake company, Fuel Cakes. Yep. From what I understand, these are the best protein pancakes of all time.
Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I've never had them, but you're my only friend with a pancake company, so they're the fucking best.
There you go. That's the type of people you need in your life. That's support you need.
Best.
Yeah. All right. Of course.
So you definitely want to put that shit on Shopify.
Yep.
How you spell Shopify?
1P.
1P?
Yeah, 1P. God damn.
I have dyslexia, man. If you make fun of me, say, hey, crime.
Nice.
All right.
There's a superpower. FI or FY. Yeah.
All right. You definitely want to use Shopify. I mean,
100%.
People will tell you to use WooCommerce or some other brand. No, there's nothing better. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
You want to do Shopify. And the reason you want to do Shopify, because they have like almost perfect integration with Facebook's ad platform.
Oh man, everything. Like you can there's like thousands of apps you can put on your Shopify store. Like I am terrible with technology and all that, and I can work Shopify.
Nah, it should,
it's honestly like if you can work like Instagram or Twitter, you can work Shopify. It's like a social media app. You get those notifications and everything.
It's fucking dope, right? Yeah. For selling physical stuff, right? And all right. So first, I set up the Shopify site, and then I would do some sort of fulfillment. Some sort of, what I would do? I would also put it on Amazon.
Yeah, currently in the process doing that.
Right, but then I would use Amazon FBA. So I don't. You're not in America, so I don't know if it's applicable to you. But if you put it on Amazon and use Amazon FBA, what happens is you can ship all your shit to Amazon, right, to their warehouses, and they'll fulfill it. That's what stands for fulfillment by Amazon.
Yep.
But that fulfillment integrates with Shopify, right? So now when somebody buys from your Shopify, the Amazon, it can get shipped from Amazon.
Yep.
So now you got it on Amazon and you can sell it on Shopify. The reason you want it on both is because Amazon, you can just take advantage of some of that traffic.
The algorithm.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process setting that up.
That's dope.
And it's kind of like again, to go back to social media, it's like Amazon's like social media.
Yeah.
You know, people are browsing on it. Yeah.
But 100%, you know, 100%. And then now, but with Shopify, you can do ads. Right? So when I say ads, you can do ads on Amazon too, but we'll talk about it. When I say ads, I'm talking about Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, and Google, which is, you know, Google and YouTube.
Yep.
And you can do ads that run to your Shopify store. And you can have control over it. And it integrates perfectly. Yep. It integrates perfectly, right? And you probably get a lot of traffic there already because you have your thing, right? So the most profitable ads, like if I were you, someone who's already getting a bunch of traffic today, I would turn on retargeting. So I would turn on retargeting, right? And this is people who visit the page and don't buy. So that I would have different ad sets. I would have one, you know, okay. So this is what your retargeting pyramid is going to look like. Yeah. It's going to be like, so people who visit, right? Visitors, right? You're going to have people who will do add to carts. Somebody who would like adds it to the cart but don't buy.
Abandoned checkouts. Yeah. So I'm in the process of learning all this. You know, I'm like, this is a new thing for me because I'm pretty good at digital business, service business. You know, sales calls, all that, getting hot leads. This is new to me. You know.
Yeah. So this is like the order. Like this is going to make the most money. Someone who puts it in their fucking cart and doesn't buy. Yeah. Like now when they go anywhere on the internet, they're going to see an ad.
Yes.
for the shit they were just looking at. Right. That's super powerful. This is second, like someone who adds it to cart, excuse my handwriting, and they don't buy. And then this visitor, that's going to be like, you know, that's not as going to be profitable as these, but they'll all be good. And you can do, I forget the name of the ads. It's like, it's some fucking acronym. You know, the acronym was the carousel. That's the carousel acronym. Hold on, let me Google it. I don't want to say
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it either.
I don't know the name of it, but there's a certain kind of ad where dynamic product ads. I think
there we go.
Is it that what it is? Yeah, I think it's called dynamic product ads, and that's the.
No way is that your ringtone.
That's an alarm. But dynamic product ads, yo, that's all you need. You can just set that shit up, and you won't even have to. I can't really explain it. Like a dynamic product ad, it looks like hold on. So this was always the shit that made the most money. So when I say, okay, so you ever see shit like this? It's like it's just kind of like a carousel.
Yeah, they're the most eye-catching.
Yeah, and the reason it works because it'll be dynamic. So let's say you add these fucking boots to your cart, and then you leave. Then you'll see the ad for the boots that were in your. That's why I say it's dynamic.
Yes,
it's based off what you were looking at.
You'll see them on like Wish.com.
Yeah, you'll see them everywhere. Everywhere you go on the internet, you'll see. I'm telling you, you can just turn that on, and it links with your Shopify. You don't have to do nothing.
Fuck,
you have to do dynamic product ads.
You're gonna see some dynamic fuel case ads. Yeah, after this,
right?
Podcast.
So if I go click on that shit, I should see it. You know, that's super profitable. So. That's just the retargeting. That's not even like code, but you probably don't have to do code shit just yet, you know. And that links to your Shopify. Boom. Then you could do Amazon ads, but I don't know.
Did you ever do any influencer marketing?
I was the influencer.
Yeah.
So like I was pretty popular.
Yeah.
So like,
You still are. What do you mean was?
Yeah.
You still got it.
I still thanks, man. Thanks. You know, so but I was like the main influencer. But you know, I had some other influencers working with us. Like I definitely did some. I didn't go hard with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't go hard. I could have went harder.
Yep.
But you know, one thing we did was we were super targeted on our target market. So our supplements, our marketing was a little like different. Like let me hold on. So we would do shit that would go like kind of viral in a certain. So our shit was called Bro Labs.
Yeah.
Right. And
I remember. Yeah. The Rebellion pre-workout. Yeah.
And it was like we were going after just like men, young men. And so we had little shit like this was the flavor was called fucking poppin' cherry. Like, we were super going after,
after super niche.
This shit wasn't even cherry flavor, bro.
Yeah,
it was kiwi strawberry.
No way.
But I couldn't think of nothing funny for kiwi strawberry, so I said, fuck it, we're gonna call it poppin' cherry.
There's no sexual point on that.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it poppin' cherry. Man. The people like no one complained, and so we went super hard with that. But I think because you're an influencer, right, and you got you can get traffic, so you get the traffic, and then the retargeting, man, you'll just make so much money. Now, the next step though is this is super important. Is the people sleep on this email, bro.
Yeah,
email marketing is not dead. If it's there's a reason they always ask for every company's always asking for your email. That shit works, man.
Yeah. Which platform? Klaviyo?
You gotta use Klaviyo.
Klaviyo, yes.
They just went public. They just had their IPO last week.
Get Romulus back on.
Romulus, tell me about Klaviyo.
We need you.
Yeah, so, but Klaviyo, there's no other one. Don't even worry about it. You're gonna use Klaviyo for your email. I don't know how to spell it, so fuck it. But the beauty of Klaviyo, like you can do shit. You can do shit. See. My fault. I do know how to spell it. KLAVIYO. I think. Klaviyo. Yo, don't even fuck with nothing else. You want to use Klaviyo, and you can do this. You can do this weird. You can do this amazing shit. The way it integrates, you can set up different lists within it, right? So you can have your general list, like a pop up. Hey man, so you want to get that on your site. So when I go to Few Cakes, like the Klaviyo shit should pop up. Right? Yeah. So you get that going, right? So you have your general list, but then you can have a list of your buyers. So we used to segment it by buyers, by like people who only bought one thing, people who bought two things. And then I would have others, this person spent $500.
Yeah.
This customer has spent over $1,000. This person has spent $5,000 like over the lifetime. Yeah. And I would send different emails to them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was sending different.
That's clever.
Yeah.
I've never even heard that.
Yeah. Dope. That's one of the reasons Klaviyo is so dope. And then those lists can be exported into Facebook for audiences, right? So then I can make sure that just those people see ads, like my Klaviyo list. Now, here's the thing: when you want to do cold ads, here's where the beauty is. I take the list of the audience. Let's say I take a list. Let's say I got like 2,000 people who spent over $1,000, right? I take that list of people, and I go to Facebook. And Facebook does something called lookalike. So basically, they'll go and you can create what's called a lookalike audience. So I take that 2,000 people, right? It's in Facebook now, like all their emails, and Facebook will go and find like 2 million people who are just like them because it has all the data points, right? And then they get the cold ads. The people who are just like my best customers. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So you're targeting the market.
I'm targeting the market and just them, man. And then if they don't buy at first, that's cool. We got the retargeting already set up. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Again, and if they or they get on the email list, right? And email, and we could see every email I sent, we could see how much money each fucking email sent. Like you can see how much.
See, I'm hiring an email guy.
Yo, who you hiring?
He's an Irish guy.
Yeah. All right.
Well, hit me up, bro. I'm not me,
man. Splash Man, you got to get my boy Splash Man.
Hit me up.
I told him I used to mentor Splash Man. He worked for us, and I taught him email marketing, and I told him all about Klaviyo and shit. And he got better at it than me. He started an email marketing agency, where he only runs with like e-commerce business, and he goes in there and he he's like tripled people's revenues.
All right.
Using just email.
Splash, hit me up, man. We're only beginning. We're only getting started.
Yo, I mean, email marketing is the shit. Everybody wants to only talk about Instagram or page.
Yes. So
everyone just sleeps on this. And that's the beauty of it. It's an untapped market. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would do this. The first thing I would do for you, if I was you, because you just started your thing.
Yeah.
You have a fulfillment company, or are you shipping it? How you shipping it?
Fulfillment company in the UK.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you don't need to do Amazon FBA, right? You could still have your own fulfillment, right? That's cool. Yo, like I would tomorrow, I would sign up for Klaviyo and get that integrated.
Yeah.
Like for real, it's that important. That's gonna make you a lot of money, bro. Like. We had the stats, and it was somewhere. I wish I had it. Was years ago. It was more than 30% of our revenue was coming from email, and we could see that.
Yeah,
we could see like adding an extra 30, but during like the holidays, or if we had a sale or something like that, it would be like 50%.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? From email.
It's wild
because you got to think, man. Like your social media. You know the fucking algorithms and shit. You know, it's kind of hard,
you can be just shadow banned. When you wake up one day,
right? You know what I'm saying? But the fucking email, it's like people think it doesn't work. Especially young people, they don't.
They want TikTok.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that other shit doesn't work, but email is just a slept on. It gave us an extra 30 to 40% every month. An additional 30, 40. But the beauty of it is like you can make a list of your buyers and then upload you can like link it out. You don't need to upload it. You can link it automatically to Facebook with Klaviyo. So you can like send ads straight to these lists you have, and you can make lookalike audiences out of those people. So imagine you have your best customers, and then Facebook will go find 2 million people just like that.
Fuck,
man. Like that.
You double your best customers.
Yeah. And I would all my cold audience shit would be this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? My cold audiences that will work for me when I would do cold, it would just be lookalike audiences. And then you retarget them, and it was fucking super solid. Now, here's the thing. One more, because you're an influencer.
Yeah.
It's not the coolest thing to do. But when you're did you go to Olympia this year?
Not this year.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, I did actually. Yeah, it was recent. Yeah,
did you get pictures with a bunch of like famous people?
Yeah. I've got a few stamps.
This is what I want you to do. All right, this is not the coolest thing in the world. Just do it anyway.
I think I know what's coming.
This is not the coolest thing in the world. So maybe what you're gonna do is you're gonna take pictures with famous people. Don't listen. You're gonna take. Hold on. So, all right, I'm gonna be honest with you. This right here, This right here, not this one. I can tell you now, man, because it's been a long time. It's past statute of limitations. But I'm pretty confident. I don't remember, but I'm pretty confident. Yeah. Oh, that I fucking went on Facebook and and found the Rob Lipsett fans.
Oh, I knew it was going. So you're making bank off the Lipsett Fitness Army. Oh my God.
I found all the Lipsett fans, and this ended up being an ad. You know what I'm saying?
No way. Fucking, you've even got a tub of pre-workout over my head. I need some commission. Man.
I just gave you a free strategy session.
You gave me some free game.
I don't know for a fact that I did it, but I'm confident. But knowing
makes sense, man.
I probably did.
People have done that to me before. They've told me I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
It's not the coolest thing in the world to do. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. But it's like, man,
so you get someone holding product. So people have come up, like tiny brands and people I don't know have came up to me and expert. They'd be like, "Hey, Rob, could you just hold this tub for a second?" I'm like, "What?"
That's what they're gonna do. That's gonna be a fucking ad, bro.
I respect the grind, man. I respect.
That's gonna be an ad.
It's gonna be an ad going out to all my followers. Yeah, that's awesome.
So when I had,
that's funny.
If I didn't do it with you and Student Cynics, I might have. But honestly, I might not have did it with y'all because y'all were like real friends. I might not have, right? Because I really knew you guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't remember if I did. I probably did not because we were real friends. But like, people would come up to my booth. You know what I'm saying? And take. I'd say, hey, let's get a picture. Like some other influencer who I wasn't like fucking cool with. All right, fuck him, man.
Yeah.
I don't know this motherfucking man. And then and then I go on Facebook and then you can do a lookalike audience, right? So I went and found my millions of my best customers, but then they also had to have, you can do interests. So I would make an ad, I would make an audience of people who look like my best customers who are also fans of whoever the fuck was in there. Yo, I did that shit all the time, bro.
So a good one on that. Okay, so for anyone listening, and maybe
you got to see Christian, man. You
got to get the Guz is there promoting Bro Labs. But so a good one with this, okay, and besides running ads and all that, is the best way. Okay, think about it. You're running an online business. Yeah. Someone's putting their fucking credit card details onto a website.
Yeah,
they could be getting scammed by someone in some crazy ass country. Okay.
Yeah.
So number one thing I found with, if you're selling a product, be it digital, coaching, physical, whatever, trust.
They got to trust.
Why do you think Elon Musk is getting them on stage, or whoever's the Steve Jobs is? He's doing that fucking talk in the polo neck.
Tim Cook.
Exactly, Tim Cook.
He's a homosexual.
Oh, nice.
That's dope.
That's why he's so.
That's why the shit is so fancy.
Yeah,
that's why the shit is so beautiful.
There
now.
You go.
The fucking straight guy wouldn't have made that.
Nah, they got the Midas touch.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but so you want to build trust.
You think straight guy designed all my Prada and Gucci? Hell no, man.
Dolce & Gabbana.
It was homosexual, man.
They run the world. They run the world.
They working for us.
Yeah, but so the bill, going on a tangent. But so if you want to get someone to put in their credit card details and buy the product, so by trust, you got to put a face to the brand. So I another one, Ben Francis, Jim Sharp. He's got a big channel. Christian, wealthy. People are buying from people.
Yeah. So if you don't, that's a real talk, man. So like, if you don't have a big following, right? And you're gonna have to start with cold. Someone who's like you have the trust from a decade on internet. So you come out with some shit, people are gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
And I know you're a man of integrity, so you wouldn't do this. But some people, we've seen it in our space, they misuse that trust.
Of course,
and you can't get that. It's hard to get that shit back, man.
Yeah.
It's super hard to get that shit back once it's gone. So you got to be real careful once you have it. But if somebody's not famous like you, or they then what they got to do is they got to really get good at cold marketing, which is hard, man. Cold traffic. That's hard.
It's a grind.
That's fucking hard. But you can also that's when you should pay some influencer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Or even I was so what we did there was somebody who I had it was actually Splash Man when he first started, right? He set up like a print on demand store. He was like 16. So he set up a Shopify store, right? He did a Shopify print on demand. So he was like selling fucking t-shirts or fucking, bullshit, NBA.
Yeah.
It was like NBA shit. I don't think it's legal, but he would have somebody draw like pictures of like NBA people and put it on the shirts.
Yeah, like graphic
tees. Yeah. And then he went to IG and got shout outs from like the meme pages.
Yeah, I know, like Memazar.
The meme sports page.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And they would shout out his shit, right? And then when they would go to his site, he would get traffic, right? Some people would buy, but he would get traffic, right? And then what he would do is his ads, it was retargeting. Right, because retargeting is always the best ads, right? People who already went. So the same thing, abandoned carts, page views, and all that stuff. And so he would pay for the shout outs, and then if they didn't buy, then they get an ad, right? And that's how he first started. And then what happened was he had email too with Clavio. So people were signing up for his email list. Boom. So if they didn't buy, they get an email, or they'd be on the list, or they would buy and they'd be on the list. And when he come out with a new design, they keep buying. And then eventually he had enough buyers to make lookalike audience of his buyers, and then start with cold, and then start doing like really just cold ads after that. And that's like the quickest way I've seen.
Nice.
Start.
I'm getting some free game here.
Yeah, man. I love talking about it. I can geek out about marketing shit all day. I fucking love this shit. I used to do, I don't talk about it, but I do a lot of consulting for like other people's businesses, online shit. Yeah. And No, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I can see that, definitely. I need to hit you up for some consulting. I'm getting it now.
Yeah. Anytime I'm excited. Do we got any questions for homie or any?
We do.
Sparkling water.
What'd you say?
Yeah, on the sparkling water for the appetite. Man of culture.
You know why I drink sparkling water? Because if I regular water, I would drink it too fast.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
it actually helps with
down.
appetite, man. It
Does
helps
it help
when you're
with
dieting.
appetite?
Yeah, it does.
I've heard. I don't know if I noticed that it slows me. It slows my water intake down. Otherwise, I would just drink too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on. And it looks fancy.
You want? I got a bunch. What we talking about?
We have Boogie Fit. Hey, Brandon, decided to take your advice and got a second job side hustle as a CPT. Help pay for the high ticket trainer.
Sorry.
Will you be upping the free for the mentorship at the end of the year that I'm aware?
We don't really like. I mean, the only time we change prices is like the prices keep increasing, just because like so many people join, and it sounds weird, but I have to keep increasing the price. So we don't want too many people to come on to the point where we can't fulfill it the way we want to, where we can't actually help the people the way we want. So every time we keep raising the price, it's really to slow down. It sounds weird, but because it's a service-based business, it's a coaching business, and we have to really coach the people, right? And if too many people come at once, it's like we won't be able to help them the way we want to. So
supply and demand.
Yeah, so we have to actually up the price so we don't overload our coaches to the point where they can't help people. Because if I do that, then I'll get bad reviews.
The quality goes down.
So I can't just take out. I would probably just make more money if I just let everyone in at the fucking price. But it's like we have to set up a barrier. So, I mean, the price keeps going up. I don't know when the next increase will be. That's going to be based off data, But yeah, man, you should, listen, I'm proud of you working on yourself, man. I keep telling these people, man, if they be broke. I'm like, man, all right, well, get another job. It's like I had like 4 jobs.
Yeah. What was your 4 jobs?
Yo, man, I used to wake up. I tell the story a lot, but I used to wake up at 4. I train people in the morning, right? First thing in the morning, train people. Then I shower at the gym, and then take the train to the Prada store, and I work security at the Prada store.
That's why you're always rocking Prada.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to remember your roots, man. Yeah. You got to remember where you came from, Rob. And
Dublin.
And then after that, I would work for my boy's moving company. Like moving in New York, that's super difficult.
That's tough, man. I'm surprised your back is still intact.
Yeah, I was strong, man. But not every building has walk-ups. I mean, not every building has elevators, right? There's a lot of walk-ups. So you imagine carrying a fucking sofa bed up people's, 6-story walk-up and shit. That was intense. And then that was like 5 days a week. And on the weekends, I would train people. And then I managed my boy's restaurant in Queens. I was the weekend manager at a barbecue restaurant.
Nice. What was it called?
It was called the Strand Smokehouse. It was on Steinway Street.
Was food good?
It was really good.
Okay.
Down in Astoria, Queens. And and that shit was, that was 2 years of that while I was trying to build my shit. But the beauty of it is like I stacked a bunch of money. And it's like I was good shit. Okay, my fault. I know y'all got reservations. Let's get to the next shout out to you, bro. And join when you can, man. Because the price will go up at some point. I just don't know when. This is more super chats because I know you got. We
have Ashton.
All right.
17 at college, final year, studying business. No idea what to do after. Should I just work 84 hours a week for 2 years, or do I look for a job? Don't want to be stuck doing a 9-to-5 or a trade, nor have a low-paying job. I'm lost.
But he's lost, Rob. What would you tell this young man?
Well, so this is personal for me, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to college for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm a dropout though. Okay.
Yeah.
So I went to 2 years and I was studying business. Mm-hmm. And look, can I be harsh on this?
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
Say your truth, man.
Biggest fucking waste of time ever. Okay.
Everyone says that.
So here's the thing, okay? Yeah. You go into college to learn to be a doctor, you got to do that. Learn to be an accountant, you got to do that, okay? Business, there's no barriers to entry. You just got to start a business. But you don't need to go to business college. And let me tell you, okay, I was sitting there and I go, why am I getting taught business off this old fella who's never started a business in his fucking life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it would be cool if you're in college and like really successful businessmen and entrepreneurs went back to study, but they don't because they're all retired because they're rich. If they were good at business.
That makes some sense. Ooh, one of my fucking teachers at business school was the CEO of Verizon.
Okay.
Yeah, and like Larry Ellison would come to my school and teach.
But that's dope. So that's a good business course.
I love business school. I thought it was fucking dope, but I'm the only one saying that. Yeah. And I'm also 10 years older than you, right? Yeah. So I don't know what it's like your generation.
It was no good. It was a waste of time. I failed every exam, just dropped out, and then went and did my own thing. But that sounds very good. But nowadays, you can just watch some Gary V, some Alex Hormozy. You can get in the victory unit,
Yeah,
for real,
it was helpful.
There's just so much free game for a fraction of the price. And now
this
isn't a thing in Ireland, okay?
Yeah.
College is pretty cheap, it's compared to America.
Yeah.
What the fuck's with them college fees? I can't believe it.
It's expensive.
And here's another crazy one from an outsider's perspective. Apparently, debt, it is. It's so much more normal in America than in other countries.
Yeah.
Like people are putting themselves in debt with college and stuff. That's not really a thing. None of my friends have college debt. So that's crazy. America is mad expensive for college. So if you don't put yourself in debt, you're already, ahead of the game.
I don't know, man. Like, it's hard for me. I just had a way different experience.
Yeah.
It was fucking dope to me. Like I learned a lot, but I'm 10 years older than you, right?
Yeah.
So, things might just be different now. You know what I'm saying? Like because I hear this from so many people and I don't want to be closed-minded about this. Like,
it's cool that you're saying that because, all these jackasses like me, it's cool to hate on college now, but I think it's a good balanced approach.
Yeah, and I'm not hating on what your perspective or any other guy's perspective. It's just, I have a different perspective and I just share it. But, it's interesting, maybe, because I think about that, maybe it's a generation thing and I didn't have to pay for it.
Well, how come you didn't have to pay?
Okay, so my dad, he got rich when I was in high school.
No way.
And he paid for my college. His business finally took off after like 15 years of like us being poor.
Damn, what business?
He had an insurance claim business. Nice. And we was poor for like until I was like 15. Then it started working. Then he was making like $3 million a year. And then in 2000, so that was like 8 million.
Shit, my family actually went the opposite way. They were really rich, and then they lost it all with just when I was getting out of school.
Here's the thing, he had lost it by the time I was out of college. So the only thing I got out of it was I didn't have to pay for college. That was it.
Okay,
that's a good thing.
Which is great. Again, we can always be grateful. I'm not acting like I was as homeless or anything like that.
For sure, but it's like. That's scary to see somebody get rich and then lose it all.
I know.
That's why I work so hard.
It's
I'm like, all right, fucking because I had to be poor again. I'm like, all right, so I had to go hard.
Yeah, they took it away from me.
Yeah, man, it's fucking, but never again. I don't know if we answer this question or not, man. I would say, listen, finish college. If you're on the internet asking strangers for fucking life advice, then more education is probably good. Yeah. For real, like I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you got to figure it out though, if you already know what you want to do, then maybe like what Rob's saying makes a lot of sense. Like, for real shit, Yeah. All right. What else we got? I know you got reservations. So I don't want to make you late.
Oh, it says ground. I'd rather be doing this. Yeah. We're going to Coat in Miami. COT.
Don't say where you're going, man.
Oh, guys, hit me up. Come on, come buy me a drink. Come on.
He ain't got no jewelry, no money,
nothing.
Like, I don't say
at home.
I can't say where I'm gonna be at, man. They find out after I'm gone, man. Motherfuckers, because I don't want to see them get hurt. Like trying to get some fucking, trying to get a. I don't see nobody get hurt. This is my man, Blackjack Master. He here every week, man. Let's go.
Blackjack had a question. Had a good phone call with your boy Jeremy Haynes the other day. Thinking of joining his inner circle to help me scale my business. Will you be speaking at his next mastermind event? I'll be attending since I live in Miami.
Pull up, man. I speak at every mastermind except for the last one because me and my girl was in Vegas doing gangster shit. But I will be at the next one. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Yeah, Jeremy's my boy, and there's some ballers, man. Like, at his mastermind, like this motherfucker's like my boy Ryan. He's making $5 million a month. He lives in fucking next door, and he's in Jeremy's mastermind. There's another dude, my boy Zan. He's doing like $1 million a month. There's some real ballers in this shit, man. So you'll be
Miami is no joke.
It's different,
crazy, man.
It's different.
I love being there. It's motivating,
ain't it?
Yeah.
What? Oh, we got Eric Alvarez.
We have Eric BBC. I'm having a hard time expanding my plumbing business because of lack of trust. How do you overcome the thoughts that someone you hire may or may not be able to do the work as well as yourself?
Oh, they won't. Yeah. They won't. I mean, I don't know if you want to speak to it, but
so no one is ever going to be as passionate about your business than you.
Nah,
it's just something you got to take on the chin. And I took so long to hire a coach, for example, or hire someone to do my cold outreach, take my calls. And you just got to take it on the chin and take the plunge.
Yeah,
that's my only piece of advice. You could get some shitty person, and they will not be as passionate about you. That's the only way that you're going to get back your time.
Yeah, you got to get somebody. They got to be. If they can do it 80% as good as you,
that's
then
great.
It's worth.
That's great.
That's really great. You know
exactly. Yeah.
That's what you got to do, man. They're probably not going to be as good as you, but if they're adequate and they still do a good job. And you follow up with the customer to make sure you're fulfilling. You follow up with the customer, after, see if there's anything else you can do, like really be attentive to the customer. You can make up for any of the customer's like shortcomings. I mean, make your guys' shortcomings.
Business is for the savages. Drop the emotions. Say fuck it. Who cares if this guy fucks me over? I'll kill him. You just gotta be a little bit reckless and throw caution to the wind. And just get it done. Delegate.
Come on, man. Yeah, spoken like a true Irishman.
Yeah, exactly. Give less fucks.
I think there's one more.
We have our last one from Joel. Been out of personal training for years, trying to get back into it on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. How to get my first 10 clients without going back to the gym.
Oh, what you doing? You got it?
I want to hear you. I got the last one.
All right, cool. Well, this is what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do is you want to start. I teach this when I teach my students, but what you're going to do is you're going to post 2-3 times a day, right? You got to go for volume, right? You got to really get. The first thing you need to do is you need to find your niche, right? Like who you're going to talk to, because as personal trainers, especially if you're good, you can actually train any fucking human, right? Shit is different, but you can't market to everybody. You get what I'm saying? So you got to decide who you want to train, like men, women, what age group, men or women, what age group, and then what problem do you want to solve for them? You want to become like a specialist in that thing. So like when I first started, it was intermittent fasting for guys who wanted to get ripped. You know what I'm saying? Then I moved to the ketogenic diet. And so there's millions of trainers online, but how many focus on helping guys get ripped with the ketogenic diet? Like that's all they do. Like now my competition is like super low. But when that guy finds me, Pauls, he's like really excited. He's like, yo, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm speaking just to him, as opposed to trying to help everybody with everything. You want to be like really narrow your focus, and you want to be a specialist instead of a generalist. Like generalist, you would be like like a surgeon. The surgeon gets paid more than like the regular doctor.
Especially if it's like a rare surgery that only they can do. And so to add to that, right? So like you said, start posting. And so people nowadays, they think, oh, I got to have 1 million followers to get first clients. All right. Let's say you get 100, 200 likes on a post. So people are lazy, right? They're just looking at that and they're leaving it. Message 100 people. All of them. Message and say, go and say, hey man, look, I really appreciate you fucking my shit. Really appreciate you just dropping a like there. Build up a conversation, build up a relationship. You can get 10 clients. Yeah. Like even like you can go in, like let's say you're doing intermittent fasting. Go on some intermittent fasting pages. Bro. Go look up the hashtag. The internet is just everywhere. And you can find 10 people. You can find 10 people. You can find 10 people.
For sure. And then it's like once you have that niche down, like you can go on like Facebook groups. This is what I teach my students. Like if they have a small following or no following, we call it group hacking. We show them how to go into different groups on Facebook and find those people, man. It's strategic. It's more than I can get into now because the victory talk is over. But like that, like that's a good start for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rob, man. It was great having you, bro.
Bro, I'm in a great mood after that. I always say podcasts like therapy sessions. You know what I mean? It's like I'm getting a free therapist, a free jacked therapist.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah. Well, if somebody wants to know more about Rob Lipsett, pancakes, Zeba, where can they find out about you?
Rob Lipsett on YouTube or on Instagram, and you'll find everything from there.
What'd you say? Oh, his links are in the description.
Oh, that's
what.
There we go. There's a shortcut.
You get it. saying? You got to hire the immigrants, man. They work harder. They fucking work harder.
I'm an immigrant. I'm in America right now.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? If you're working hard, you starting. You got rental properties. We didn't even get into that. You got the fucking you got the app Game Time.
Yeah, Game Plan. Yeah,
so
Game Time's good name though.
People can go in there and they can like you're gonna train them
completely. You're so completely customized training, nutrition program, mindset section.
Come on,
24/7 support. You got everything that you need to get in the best shape of your life.
All they got to do is go Game Plan.
There you go.
Game Plan on Instagram.
Game Plan on Instagram. That's
Game Plan. It's right there.
No even underscores or numbers and that bullshit.
Come
Just
on.
straight up
Come
Game
on,
Plan,
man,
baby.
Bitch ass
Let's go.
Game Plan. And then you need to get the protein pancakes.
There you go. So you're training hard.
Yeah.
But you also want to have an enjoyable diet.
Yeah.
So you need to go to fuelcase.com.
Yeah, what the fuck else you doing?
Treat yourself.
Treat
I eat
yourself,
them every day post-workout and I'm shredded as fuck.
Look at them. No, this is made for fucking protein pancakes.
Chest going on there.
Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. To some fucking protein pancakes. He got different fucking. This motherfucker got different flavors, man. You ain't never had a chocolate hazelnut protein pancake in your fucking life.
It's like Nutella, but we couldn't use the word Nutella. We're gonna get our ass sued.
But it's okay. But we can say it. Yeah,
but it's Nutella flavor.
It's Nutella flavor, man. I wish one of them motherfucking Germans would come out. They German, right?
Yeah.
Man, we beat them twice.
Twice. That's it. Let's go treat for treat.
Start some shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some sent out to you actually.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I will eat them on a cheat day.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? I only have like 2 or 3
or
years.
just take a pic with them and I'll retarget
it. Salted caramel, this is my shit. That's like salted caramel. I love that shit, man. I love that kind of flavor, man. Listen, man, you doing your thing. My man, great to see you, bro. Awesome. Give me the right. This has been another episode of Victory Talk. We do it every Tuesday, Thursday, live, 7-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, peace.
Boom.